Welcome to a very special edition of Death Toll Racing, where I, Aquila, the better half of Gavin, introduce you to my brand new Ram 1500 TRX. T-Rex. So back in January, Gavin let me know that Ram was coming out with a Raptor killer, which is super awesome because I absolutely love dinosaurs, but I absolutely do not love Fords. Sorry Ford guys, just totally not my jam. And you know what? Now that I have this thing, 5 months later, it is certainly a Raptor killer and it is certainly cool. So it's fast and furious. Yeah, that was super lame and I'm kind of embarrassed I said it, but I'm sticking with it. As fast and furious as this bad boy is, it is absolutely not lacking in the luxury department. Check out the space in here and all the details. It's really beautiful in here and super comfortable. And yeah, that is a huge screen. Here's my badge plate. Nice. And a panoramic sunroof. So, we had this truck built just for me. They even put my name on the build sheet, which I think is super cool. Also on the build sheet, how much extra money I'm spending on fuel and how much we're destroying the environment. Kind of ironic we picked this thing up on Earth Day, but what are you gonna do? We loaded this bad boy up with almost every feature you could get. The rear seats with all of that ridiculous leg room are also heated and ventilated, just like the front. And there's so much room back here, Gavin can comply with our vaginas in the back rule and sit back there while my dogs sit up front with me. Some of the other extras we had thrown on this guy are the Ram bar, which I just thought was super cool, and the in-bed spare mount, because if I ever get a flat in this guy, I don't want to have to crawl underneath. Now normally the dealer would prep this whole thing, make sure the spare was mounted up there before they ship it out, but I asked them not to do anything extra but unwrap the plastic. So another little fun feature this guy has is this rear cargo step that I'm not very good at yet.
Man, when you see the rear on that thing, it must be like 32 or 33 inches off the ground. That's pretty good.
It's not anywhere close to 32 to 33 inches. So for all the really, really cool things on this truck, there are a couple of things not so cool. First and foremost, those rock rails, I had really hoped that they would be like a couple of inches wider so I could use them as a step because I'm really short, but they're very narrow, and if I use them to step on, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna eat shit. So now I have to learn to jump, and I just don't know if I have that in me. Secondly, are the wheels on this guy. Now we upgraded to the beadlock wheels because obviously it's 4x4 and you need beadlocks, but the paperwork says beadlock capable, and I don't know what that means because if they aren't real beadlocks, I don't want them. We don't like fake things. I want a real beadlock. So I've got to look into that a little bit. I mean, I've only had it 2 days and I've been more excited about driving it than anything else. But once I figure out what that means, I think I'll still replace them because even if they are beadlock or capable, they're ugly. So obviously very early on in our to-do list is to get this guy wrapped. We already stopped by Will's shop, and the very first thing that he noticed on this was the fact that this decal is offset and it drives him nuts. So I imagine it's going to be about, I don't know, a week before he gets it in because he probably can't sleep at night knowing that's there.
Yeah, I think he's about 2 days into no sleep, so he's probably going to be calling us at 3 in the morning at one point, asking if he can come out and fix that.
So obviously the coolest thing under the hood is in fact this 702 horsepower supercharged Hellcat. But I also think this right here is pretty cool as well, if I can get it open and removed. Right there my T-Rex eating a Raptor. And I just really find the humor in that. With all the new technology under the hood of this guy, I think it's really cool that Ram paid homage to its history by putting those orange valve covers on this engine. All right, you guys, and now the moment we've all been waiting for. Double tap. Apparently.
I don't think, oh, it will not remote start with the hood open.
Ah, damn it!
Yeah. Yeah. It's a little dusty already. It's so wide, it actually has to have those clearance markers. It's like a dually. It is full width, if you can see the width of the fenders. That air scoop on the front is actually functional. That is through the one on the back by the tail light. Here it's fake. That doesn't actually do anything.
You guys ready to go for a ride in it?
Yep.
Okay, I'll work on my jumping.
A little bit of reflection there.
So Gavin's pretty sure that I'm going to kill him in this thing because I don't obey speed limit signs, but I'm pretty sure you're not supposed to obey the yellow ones. They're like a recommendation. So, I mean,
I am not a good passenger rider, and she does not pay attention to speed. She kind of reminds me of my grandma. My grandma used to be like the ultimate speeder. she would haul ass everywhere.
So, I have to say, I absolutely love the tone of the exhaust on this truck. It is loud. Like, outside of this vehicle, it is loud. When I start it in the mornings to head to work, it actually wakes Gavin up, which is kind of funny. I like when he's awake when I have to leave for work. It makes me feel better about being up early. But I don't know how they're getting away with it being that loud. So it's got to be like maximum decibels. In the cab though, so quiet. Like absolutely quiet in this thing. It is the perfect mix of badass and luxury that there is. It's awesome. I love this thing.
Yeah, you can hear the exhaust when you get on it in the cab, but it's not droning at all. It's not annoying while you're just cruising along, but when you get on it, you know you're on it. You can hear it. Slow down and roll into it.
Am I allowed to? Can I put
just a little
English on it?
We'll put a little English on it. It's still breaking in, and we do plan on keeping this thing for a long time. It won't be too long until it's a steam engine, though, once these electric cars start getting really good. Go ahead. How much throttle was that? Quarter throttle.
So I guess that's about it for my temporary takeover of Death Toll Racing this week, although I do plan to be around a lot more because there's a lot more to do on this T-Rex. First up, as we mentioned, was the wrap, and I do believe that's scheduled to here in the next couple of weeks. Also sounds like I've got a little research to do on what beadlock capable means, and, well, I've got to find some new wheels because yuck. Other than that, I think that's a good intro. There'll be lots more to show you as I hit that 500 mile mark and can open her up a little bit. And then of course 1500 miles before I can play with launch control, although I've never played with launch control before, so maybe that's a terrible idea. We'll see.